We've got some encouraging news for you this morning. The reported number of new COVID cases in this country fell below 30,000 for the fifth straight day yesterday, and that hasn't happened since last June. That's good. One big reason for that, more than 156 million American adults have now received at least one coronavirus vaccination. President Biden's chief medical advisor, you know him, Dr. Anthony Fauci, joins us. He's also the government's top expert on infectious diseases. Good morning to you, Dr. Fauci. It's really good to see you as always.
Thank you, Gayle. Good to see you.
Okay, here's the thing. You're going to be proud of me. I went outside. I'm vaccinated, as you know. Went outside, walked around without a mask, and didn't feel as guilty as I normally do. Isn't that good?
You're getting there, Gayle. You're getting there.
Baby steps, making progress. And a friend of mine said, Gayle, you just need to relax. You and all the other people who are vaccinated, you are in a great position. You need to start living your lives. What is the confusion about the mask? Why are you worried about it? The bottom line is you don't have to wear a mask inside. You don't have to wear a mask outside if you're vaccinated. And the people that aren't vaccinated should still be wearing their mask. Is it as simple as that? It doesn't seem so.
It really is, Gayle. I mean, I think the confusion that people had is that when the CDC made the announcement that people who are vaccinated can really feel safe because of the extraordinary degree of effectiveness of the vaccines, whether you're outdoors or indoors, somehow that got interpreted as saying, well, masks, forget masks. We don't need to wear masks, which is not the case because the recommendations for people who are not vaccinated have not changed. They really remain the same, particularly the issue of wearing masks when indoors.
I think people get confused because you go to a store and they're saying, wear your mask. And people are walking around saying, I'm vaccinated, so I don't need to wear a mask. Shouldn't we just follow, if you're going to a store and the guidelines and their rule is wear a mask, leave your mask on, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the reason why that's the case is since we don't have any official way to validate or verify that you're vaccinated, if you're the owner of an establishment, you don't have any idea who's vaccinated, who's not. There may be infected people in the establishment that might infect other people who are not vaccinated. So in order to just cover the waterfront, they say, if you're going to come into my establishment, wear a mask. Under those circumstances, even though you are vaccinated, you should abide by what the person says who owns that establishment. I certainly do that.
All right, so we cleared that up. That's not so confusing to me, but I am worried about the honor system. I may trust me and the people at this table, but it's all people out there, I'm not so sure about them. So I'm very, very worried about that. But let's talk about the booster shots for just a second, because we keep hearing that we're going to need a booster in the fall, about 6 months, that it only covers you for 6 months. Is that still tracking that way?
You know, not necessarily, Gayle. Again, unfortunately, there's some misunderstanding about that. We are planning for the eventuality that we might need to boost people. We don't know whether we will have to do it and when we will have to do it. There's estimates. Well, it may be a year. It may be a little bit longer. The fact is we don't know. But it would really be foolish not to plan for the possibility that we might have to boost people. But there's no set rule now that says in 6 months or in a year we're going to require a boost. What we do is we follow the durability of the response. We know we could measure it by laboratory tests, but you could also see if there are breakthrough infections. So rather than people assuming that 6 months from now everyone will need a boost, which is not the case at all, we just keep following the durability of the response. And if the time comes when we'll need to boost people, we'll at least have enough data, because we're doing the studies now, to know what we expect to see when we do boost people.
And that's why this is such a moving target, because you're still following the data, trying to gather all the information. It's not that you guys don't know what you're doing. You're just trying to follow the science and trying to figure this out as we go along. Okay, basketball playoffs opening up all around the country. What's your guidance for people who are going to basketball playoffs, vaccinated or non-vaccinated, because there are a lot going on this weekend inside?
Well, you know, Gayle, it's going to depend on what the regulations are of the people who are running the establishment where the game is being held. If they say you have to have a mask when you go in, then you should be wearing a mask. If they say you don't need to wear a mask and you are vaccinated, you really don't need to wear a mask.
Okay, but people don't always tell the truth, Ruth, as you know. Thank you, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Always good to see you. I know we'll talk again.
Thanks again, Gayle. Good to see you.
Bye.